Hello, my name is Lydia Jordan, the founder and CEO of Lycon Cosmetics, and today I would like to show you how to do a Lycocil Eyelash Tint. The eyes are the windows of the soul, and eyelashes are so important to actually frame the eyes and create a better and a stronger expression from the eyes. So you can actually tint them, because even if someone has relatively dark eyelashes, it's still really a good idea to tint them, because eyelashes are thinner at the ends and they will be bleached from the sun if you spend a lot of time in the sun, and generally they're just simply lighter. So you can tint the eyelashes top and bottom at the very same time. It's very quick, it's easy, so that's what I would like to show you. So in the Lycocil range there are quite a few colors. There is black, blue black, brown, light brown, and there is a grey. So you have to really choose which color will be the most suitable one for the client. Usually people who have dark hair, you would use black. You can mix it with brown to create a darker brown or a softer black, and but for the eyelashes we usually want them as dark as possible, so you can actually use blue black, which is a really lovely color. It's got like blue hues in it, and I sometimes like to mix the blue black and the black because that creates a really more stronger color. So that's for the eyelashes. The grey is really typically for eyebrows, or people who are blonde, they don't want very dark eyebrows. The brown the same for someone who's light-haired, that is light brown, and the brown is also for people who don't want a very, very heavy eyebrow. They're really a little bit light for the eyelashes. I usually work with the black and the blue black for the eyelashes. But if someone is really worried about going too dark, and for men love eyelash tinting as well, because it really frames their eyes and it makes their eyes sparkle, and we all love sparkling eyes. So the other products we need are protection papers. You just pull these out of the book, and I'll show you what you do with them beyond that. And you need two, one for each side. The other product we have, and is very important, is the protection gel by Lycocil, and it is applied to the skin so that the tint doesn't tint the skin. Overall, it only takes about 15 minutes to actually do a complete eyelash tint. It's very quick, very easy, and a lot of people ask whether it will sting. Usually doesn't, but it's very important to actually keep the client quiet. If they're talking or if they're laughing, their eyes will be moving. Even that the eyes are shut, the eyes will be moving, and a little bit of tint could seep into the eyes. So it is really a lot better to keep the client quiet and don't talk to them. So with the protection papers, I've actually wet them. They're softer on the skin if they're wet, but I've also wrung them out just to get the excess water out of them. And then we apply some protection gel. You can take a bit of the protection gel and I just put it on the back of my hand. So we apply the protection gel on one side of the paper, and the protection gel side goes against the skin. So it's applied so it actually will stick to the skin. If the client is wearing makeup, make sure that you have removed it. So we don't really need to cleanse the eye area now, but we can, even with our tint remover. Now the tint remover will it's very gentle. It will remove any tint that's on the skin after you have applied it, to tidy up. That's right. Just open your eyes for a moment. It's all fine. Okay. Now, these are the prepared protection pads. Just look straight up and put them pretty close to where the eyelashes are lined up, and stick it to the skin. Then the other side. And there we are. Now close your eyes. Okay. Now we would use the protection gel also on a cotton bud, and we apply that over the top eyelid to protect the skin. So when you don't have to be so careful then how you're applying the tint, skin will be protected as it is underneath there. You don't need a lot of tint. You only need about, it's kind of like a centimeter long, and that is the blue black. I will also use just a little bit of black to give it a little bit of extra depth. And we just need about 2 drops of the peroxide developer. That was 2 drops. And there's a stick that comes in the box with the tints. Each tint has its own little stick which can be washed and reused. You just mix it up really nicely and that is ready to apply. So the other way you can apply the tint is to use a brush, and we have a very suitable little Lycocil brush. So either way you can use the stick or the brush. Now make sure you press down. Press well down so that you are covering the lashes underneath as well. It doesn't hurt, so a little bit of pressure is really good. And make sure you have covered all the lashes and go right against the skin, because it's really important to tint the full length of the eyelashes from the actual base of them where they grow to the very end. If you apply some tint on the skin, don't worry about it at all, because there is protection gel there, and it's a very soothing protection gel. It has azulene in it, so it's calming and soothing on the eyes. Right, so press a bit, and then I go and check the other side again to make sure that I have covered all the hairs. Right, now to clean, you can use the cotton bud also again with some protection gel on it, and you can just run along the eyelid, on the rim of the eyelid, and clean any excess tint off. Very easy, and there it is. Right, so now we will leave that on for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then I'll show you how to take it off. To remove the tint, I use cotton buds, and you just wipe the tint off. There are a couple of different ways, well, there's certainly probably more than a couple of ways removing the tint, but this is how I do it. The client needs to remain with their eyes shut, keep the eyes closed, and then we just wipe the tint downwards. Now, I will ask the client to keep her eyes shut when I remove the actual protection pads. Okay, just keep your eyes closed, and we just simply pull those off, and look at those eyelashes. It's amazing. Now, I've got just, these are just cotton pads. I've wet them with tepid water, and we will wipe the excess off. Just look straight up towards me, and I will clean underneath, and if there's any tint on the rim of the eye, I just wipe it away, because this is the stage if there is tint on the rim of the eye, when the client is blinking, it can actually spread the tint into the eye, and it could make the eyes sting. So look straight down at your feet, and then I just lift the lid and I check underneath that there's no tint. There is a little bit on the upper rim, and I just wipe. Just look straight up towards me again, and I check. Okay, close your eyes again, and we just wipe again to get any excess off. It's important to do that, because if they start rubbing their eyes, they will get tint on their own fingers, and they can put it on their clothes. So it's important to make sure that there is virtually no tint coming off the eyelashes or the skin, so they can't cause damage to themselves. Look straight up towards me again. You have to be careful so you don't poke them in the eye. Right, look straight down. Okay. And that is looking really pretty good. Wonderful. So, to finish, you would apply some eye cream, and then you can touch up their makeup as well. And how framed the eyes are now, with the eyelashes being such a beautiful dark color. In the end, if there's a little bit of stinging, it's really a good idea to flush out the eyes. And all you need is a cotton pad with a bit of extra water. Get them to turn their head on the side and just flush through, and that'll flush out the eyes. And then the other side. Dry the eyes, and that will make it all feel a lot better. There we are. Thank you.